my fourth view, or the fourth part of my views on marriage, is that marriage is a rite of passage, a chosen transformation into a new way of being. So this is a sort of a very deeply personal thing. When I was gearing up to go off and get married, it was a very difficult time for me and for us. I was a truck driver at the time, so I was away from home for 3 weeks at a stretch, home for 3 days, and then back out on the road again. And it was for this reason that we decided, you know, we just need to set a date, and we need to go do this thing, we need to tie the knot. And so the 2 or 3 weeks out on the road leading up to us actually getting married were very much a trial for me, because I was having to deal with all of these issues, these emotions, these concerns that I had about marriage and the concept of marriage and the role that society plays in my life, and you know, whose fucking business is it but mine how I feel about somebody, and you know, what does the fucking state have to do with you know, me, or with my wife, or my girlfriend at the time, and all of that, notwithstanding the role of the church, because that just adds another layer, in my opinion, of that sort of crap. And these are all legitimate concerns, and so I was dealing with all of this, but at the same time I was dealing with my own insecurities as a person and as a young man. And so many things came up just in my own contemplation. I became just I was a mess, and so there I was out in the middle of everywhere, dealing with this emotional issue. And I realized at the time, and I've had much opportunity to reflect on it since, that this is a rite of passage for me. This was a big deal for me. And so when I stood there at the Justice of the Peace at the courthouse in front of the judge, with the woman who I was at the time getting married to, and to whom I am still married, and I said my vows, that moment in time is, you know, it's forever lost to me. I was in a total fugue at the time, but as far as my expectations for what the event of marriage was going to be, and for what the reality of marriage was going to be, it totally blew my expectations. It's like a switch just flipped, and I became not a fundamentally different person, but certainly a more complex, I think, person. I became capable of carrying heavier burdens and of taking on greater responsibilities. Now, this is a very masculine thing that I'm saying, and so maybe this experience is different for women. I have no idea. I know that popular culture would have us believe it so. So I can't really speak to that, but I can certainly speak for myself in this regard. That the rite of passage element to it. So all of those practical matters, forming business partnerships, and you know, ensuring loved ones against loss, issues with parents, and you know, ceremonies and commencements and things like that. Those can all be, in theory, they can all be handled outside of the context of marriage, but the marriage itself was really the important thing for me, in a way, and because of that rite of passage element. So that's how marriage has affected me as an atheist. I haven't brought up any religious arguments because I don't have any. I just don't ascribe any kind of religious or theistic value to marriage at all. It never had such value to me, and so I suppose, while I see where you're coming from, certainly, and I once felt maybe even stronger than you appear to about this topic, I'm a total convert, and that's why. So there you have it. Thanks.